everyone. Welcome to today's episode of News from KidSenz. We're here to deliver news from around the world. Today we will cover new information about the dental history of humans. Is Rosetta ready for Comet 67P? The 2014 Grammy Awards. And the end of life for the incandescent bulbs.
Hi, first up, new information on dental history. Do you like the trip to your dentist? Have you ever wondered what causes teeth to decay? Of course you knew about the candy, but did you know that it's because of grains and other carbohydrates, especially the sticky ones, that can cause teeth to decay? That is, especially when the stuff remains in your teeth. It is widely believed that cavemen and hunter-gatherers had good teeth because they mostly ate meat. So, all these years, paleoanthropologists, that is, the people that study our forefathers like cavemen, thought that tooth decay became widespread only after these hunter-gatherers started eating grains. Recently, however, they discovered a cave in Morocco with remains of cavemen from thousands of years before humans ate grain. And these cavemen seem to have very bad decaying teeth. What else did they find in the caves? That they ate sticky acorns. Perhaps this was their dessert. And based on what the researchers found, when they looked at their mouth, desserts causing tooth decay was a phenomena that started way before people ate carbohydrates. Researchers are updating their records on when humans started getting tooth cavities and decay. Their paper is published in the January 2014 edition of the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. And we learn, yet again, that eating sweets, especially the sticky kind, is a good idea only to get cavities. Ew.
In science news, we received a special communication from a spacecraft Rosetta to let us know that it is awake. The spacecraft called Rosetta was sent into space with plans to land a probe on a comet. Yes, onto a moving comet. Rosetta is a mission of the European Space Agency. It was built in collaboration with NASA and was launched into space in 2004. Rosetta has made 3 flybys of Earth, 1 flyby of Mars, and has encountered several asteroids as it prepares its course to reach and fly alongside a comet called 67P. There is another harder to pronounce name too for this comet, Churyumov-Gerasimenko. We'll just call it 67P. All previous comet missions have been flybys. With Rosetta, though, scientists plan to follow alongside the comet and also launch a probe called Philae onto the comet. Rosetta works on solar energy alone. In 2011, the mission required it to go into an orbit that took it beyond Jupiter's orbit to a distance of 800 million kilometers from the Sun. At this distance, it had to go to sleep in order to conserve energy. Its orbit has brought it back to 673 million kilometers from the Sun, and now there's enough energy to power the spacecraft again. Scientists watched in anticipation as Rosetta finally came back on exactly as it was scheduled to, on January 20th, 2014. They were excited to see its computers come online and to receive a special transmission that confirmed that Rosetta had survived the journey into deep space. Rosetta is the first space mission that will attempt to land a probe Philae onto the comet 67P's surface. All this preparation of getting into the right orbit is to rendezvous with the comet in August of 2014. Rosetta is expected to measure the comet's gravity, shape, and environment, and how it reacts with the Sun's atmosphere and solar winds. And if all goes according to plan, Rosetta will land the probe Philae in November. Wow, that is so cool.
And now, from the world of entertainment. The 56th Annual Grammy Awards were held in Los Angeles on January 26, 2014. The Grammys are the most highly acclaimed music awards. This year's Grammys featured spectacular shows, robots, and more. Daft Punk won the Record of the Year for Get Lucky and also the award for the Best Album of the Year, Random Access Memories. Daft Punk were silent as if it was their typical style as they remained in their robot suits with helmets on. Pharrell Williams, who sang on Get Lucky, accepted the award for the Record of the Year, and singer-songwriter Paul Williams accepted the Album of the Year award for the group. Lorde won 2 prestigious awards for Royals, These were the best song of the year and the best pop solo performance. This was a spectacular show with several great performances by Lorde, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Metallica, Lang Lang, and more. One of the more touching performances was by Queen Latifah, Ryan Lewis, Madonna, Mary Lambert, and Macklemore, who shared the stage together with Madonna, who sang her classic Open Your Heart. My favorite performance was by rapper Kendrick Lamar and the band Imagine Dragons. They performed a medley of their songs Radioactive and Mad City, and my sister's favorite was by Pink. She showed off her aerial acrobatics while performing Just Give Me a Reason. She opened her set with the song Try. Did you know Pink's dream was to become an Olympic gymnast?
It is going to be the end of life for our incandescent bulbs. Efforts are underway across the world to phase out incandescent light bulbs. These are the ones with the squiggly coils that get hot and then emit light. Why the phase out? Well, incandescent bulbs are extremely energy inefficient. That is, much of the energy is wasted. This happens because the coil has to be heated to a high temperature before it can become the bright coil that ends up giving out light. Countries around the world have been phasing them out, that is, removing them from stores, so that they are then replaced by more energy-efficient bulbs. Brazil and Venezuela were among the first to phase out their use in 2005. They were followed in 2009 by the European Union, Switzerland, and Australia. And in 2012, Argentina and Russia. 2014 will see the United States, Canada, Mexico, Malaysia, and South Korea phasing them out. It's truly a global effort. These incandescent light bulbs can be replaced by fluorescent bulbs, halogen bulbs, and LED bulbs, which are all more energy efficient. When the initial phase-out began, there were strong objections to it due to the higher pricing of the replacement bulbs. But the cost has come down now due to many people using them and better technologies. In fact, after using them for about 2 years, the money saved due to the electricity savings more than makes up for the higher price. The most efficient new bulbs are LEDs, but the fluorescent bulbs and halogen bulbs are lower in price. What light bulbs do you have in your home?
That is all we have for today. See you next time.
Bye!